would like to do a recap.
Well, as the only one who's conscious, we were taken into custody by investigators in New Tanchow City following the attack of the Gorn. Coin, I think, was the name of the investigator who was questioning us, suggesting that we were mass murderers because some of us may have been involved in pushing a spaceship out of a window onto a bunch of Gorn. Apparently, it not mattering that the Gorn were somehow invading the city, and we were, in fact, heroes, saving them all from these invading Gorn who were firing cannons from the roof of a nearby building. But Akamenos then showed up.
Oh, didn't expect to see you here.
Really?
It wasn't foretold to you?
No, it wasn't. I must apologize for not making the ship that morning. Seems when I woke up, I haven't had any vision since that day. I don't know what happened.
Well, if you're not having visions, you're of no use to us. You're out of the group. I forget what his new line of business was. I believe he sold like shoe inserts.
Found another occupation. So,
what is that?
I sell inserts for shoes.
And for some reason, that then gave him the clout to get past the police and come into the interrogation room. We then came up with the brilliant plan of giving Akamenos hives and then claiming that was a plague, so as to frighten all the police and create enough of a distraction for us to get out. But luckily, before we could really do anything other than give Akamenos hives, because we had to do that, Ohad Thune, our public defender, came in. He's our public defender, and you're going to make him permanently hostile towards us.
So he's like itching.
He's already going to be mad at us for giving him hives.
And had struck a plea deal in our favor, so we would just have to possibly pay a fine, but we'd be let go and have to come back in a month and a half on the 29th of, I forget which month. Didn't write that down. After that, we started to go back to the ship, but on the way there, we saw Jagged Fells. So, although I thought we had kind of basically let him go, we nonetheless decided to seize him and take him captive so that we could take him back to Jacques. And we are not turning him over to the authorities, nor to anybody who he stole from. We're taking him to an unrelated party so that we can get maybe some more money.
Exactly.
So consider us like bounty hunters, but we're working for people who have nothing to do with the crimes. Then something streaked out of the sky and seemed to destroy the top few floors of the building that the restaurant was in and where we encountered Jagged Fells. We got on the ship and sailed away from New Tanchow City, going back to Jacques. On the way there, I think, I don't recall how long we had been sailing, but at some point, Hesh got the sense that the Leviathan was back in the area, so tried to convince the captain of the ship, Captain Bosun, to steer the ship towards the Leviathan rather than away from the dangerous Leviathan. And the ship immediately steered away. Then the Trident called the people on the ship cowards, but Hesh was unaware that he was referring to the people on the ship and thought that the Trident was calling him a coward. So said, "Oh yeah," and then he started swimming after the Leviathan on his own.
And then you hear the Trident. Bark, 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 chicken, chicken, bark, bark, bark.
Oh shit. I swim towards the Leviathan. Swim towards the Leviathan because this is my flaw.
You're Marty McFly. You're playing Marty McFly.
So I swim directly towards the Leviathan.
Yeah, you hear the gem say, "I was making fun of the captain, but this works."
Now that he knows your flaw, he can manipulate you whenever he wants. Meanwhile, Scuttlebutt and my character were below decks, so we had no idea any of this was going on. That there was a Leviathan anywhere nearby or anything else. Scuttlebutt was, I believe, interrogating Jagged Fells at the time, and my character was off doing his own things. So eventually, I learned that that's where Hesh had gone, and that he was now officially missing, and came down and got Scuttlebutt. Meanwhile, Hesh encountered the Leviathan, but somehow didn't get immediately killed by it, and instead, after a back and forth fight, was just sort of thrust very aggressively out of the water, managing to grab onto his trident before he went, so he didn't lose the trident, slamming into some ice on the surface. He then came back onto the ship, and Scuttlebutt decided, no, this was it. This was going to be the time when we were going to get rid of the evil gem that was constantly telling Hesh to kill people. So while Hesh was sleeping to recover from this fight, we took the trident away and began a ritual to try to remove the gem. But Hesh, at this point, was exhausted, but nonetheless woke up, probably sensing the trident was gone. And came to find it, and then remembered he could just teleport it back to his hand, so it was gone again. We then went and convinced him to give it up, although the trident was arguing very hard that we were just jealous and wanted to steal it. Hesh went off and had a conversation with himself about how he really wants the trident back.
Hesh gets up out of his bunk, feeling a little more clear-headed than normal. Not aware yet that there's anything wrong. Where's my trident? You guys can hear me from upstairs. I try to pull it back to my hand, but it can't. I guess I can't make it through the magic circle.
Magic circle's broken.
Yeah.
All right, then it's in my hand.
Yeah, so 1 minute it is there, and the next minute it's gone, and just Breaker's just grappling nothing.
Where did you go?
Hesh must be awake.
I got a story to tell you. Told you.
Lay it on me.
Told you we should have done it. We should have taken care of him while we had the chance, but no. Yep.
What are you
They were
talking
gonna
about?
take me away from you.
Who was going to take you away?
Oh, your little short friend.
No, he wouldn't do that.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Even
Where are they?
down below.
I stomp off.
Okay. Just give me the word, and I'll
Go
decapitate
downstairs.
him.
Did you guys try to take my trident?
Hesh, you have to understand, it is a danger to us all as long as that gem is part of that trident.
You're just jealous of us, the relationship that we have. Mm-hmm.
Jealousy's not a good color on you.
No,
gonna
it's
look-
not.
Hesh, this must be done.
What must be done?
The gem must be removed. Your trident will be fine.
So you can
You
take it
can-
for yourself?
But it's his
No.
birthday.
So we can contain it just like we've contained the other gem that hurt me so badly.
This one didn't hurt anybody. Only bad people.
I don't care about that.
Do you see? Hesh, this is not you.
He's just saying what everybody's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And what is everybody thinking?
That we should kill the bad people.
Yep, we need more PvP in this campaign. We're about to get ready.
Hesh, just let us borrow your trident. It will be back to you as good as new
Right through his
without
chest.
without this voice.
I tried
Trying
to give
to
it to you
corrupt
before. You didn't want it. You told me that I had to deal with it. So now I have to deal with it.
Is that really what you want?
I offered it to you before.
I was rightfully upset. You had stolen it straight from my pack while we were in the middle of dealing with another very vital situation.
What kind of roll should I make to decide whether I'm listening to the voice or not?
He hasn't infiltrated your mind because you haven't made any really you haven't killed anything with it. So
All right, I got a 15 wisdom save. You can look at it, but I won't
What?
be there.
That is
They said they'll give you back to me and you'll be fine.
No, I won't. No, they're going to take me from you, and that's what's going to happen.
I trust Scuttlebutt.
You're a
just like I
fool.
trust you.
You're a fool. You don't deserve me. Get the hell out of my sight.
Why is everybody so mean to me? It's just
Break-
like killing Leviathans.
Breaker, could you take the trident from Hesh?
I didn't say Breaker could touch it.
I am reluctant to touch it, as the thing has already demonstrated for you to struggle against it, as well as Breaker.
You guys are lucky. I got a 16 wisdom saving throw this time. And I jam it down in the ground in front of Breaker, and I stomp off. I got a 23 when I jammed it into the ground, by the way.
No, I think this is actually quite sufficient. It looks fairly secure.
I'm stomping around up above deck, but you guys don't know how long it'll be till I'll be back. Scuttlebutt helped me when I was in trouble, but now he's trying to take this thing from me. And when I was being attacked by the Leviathan, the gem helped me. Scuttle didn't want to help me. He didn't even help me back on the ship. It's the only way I can get back to Tarko. The stomping is going to help. You hear the stomping, get close to the stairs.
Captain Bosun, you should maybe station just a bunch of people between us and him. Just, slow him down if he decides to come rushing back in. Because this crystal's really got his mind all bent, I think.
Should I really trust these guys?
Yeah.
They've been traveling with me for a long time.
So Captain Bosun collects some of the crew
Scuttle
that are down there, just like 4 or 5.
You hear Hesh start to stomp down the stairs. What are you guys doing here?
Whoa, just making sure you're okay, Hesh. Seem agitated.
Are you guys working together? Are you all trying to steal my gem?
We're not trying to steal anything.
Hesh's eyes turn yellow and he starts sparking.
And we really didn't get that much done on removing the evil gem from the trident before Hesh decided he was going to come back down and take it from us. In that instant, being so anxious because he needed his fix of this trident, that he forgot he could teleport it back to his hand, and so he physically came after it, which led to an altercation in which Scuttlebutt wound up being knocked unconscious and dying from blow from Hesh.
Yeah, I'm going to step around you, and then I see Scuttlebutt. I'm going to stab him.
You hear the gem. It's about time. Don't forget the necrotic damage.
What is the total necrotic damage?
34.
Yeah, I'm down.
And Breaker, afraid that Hesh was going to take the trident and jump into the ocean so that we could never take it away from him ever again, because he was slowly becoming Gollum, decided that he was going to have to take this opportunity attack that presented itself, where he scored a critical hit and downed Hesh.
I would just like to add 2 things, although that was excellent. When the Leviathan spit Hesh out, he had convinced the Leviathan that that Tarkos was actually where Harper was. So he may have just consigned that entire city to doom. And also, in my best Rocky impersonation, I guess Rocky's not the right one, but he drew first blood.
Rambo.
Rambo. Scuttlebutt whipped me pretty hard with his new magic glove.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to hurt you. It was more supposed to just bring you back. It just so happened to score a critical hit.
I forgot.
That's why Hesh turned violent.
Hesh was super lucky in his Lincoln was super lucky in his rolls all night long, but then super unlucky in that fight with us because of the 2 crits.
The one other thing that I feel needs to be pointed out is at one point Breaker decided to test out Big Bertha on the hull of the ship, causing a crack.
Right.
In the ship, not Big Bertha.
Right. Yeah, Breaker is sure that Bertha is highly magical, although in hindsight, if you smash a metal bar into wood, you may crack the wood.
Well, is it just a crack in the wood, though, or is it a significant crack in the ship?
I didn't get the sense. I didn't get the sense that we were going to sink as a result of it because it was an interior panel. But
Yeah,
I may have just given the DM an idea.
yeah, it's not like I mentioned. It's nothing that the experts at Harper will easily be able to fix.
What experts at Harper?
yeah.
The interior damage to the ship is nothing that certain artisans in Harper will easily be able to fix. So
Yeah, but
Well-
they're all dead.
Yeah, they're going to die.
What experts in Harper? The ones floating in the harbor?
Or in the belly of the Leviathan.
Hey, he may not kill them all. He needs thralls.
Right. Yeah, it was less about like being magically controlled and more of like just the gem convincing them.
Right.